What's up, everybody? We are going to restream this broadcast. We are back. I see Sir Scott out there, and I have a very distinguished arcade guest today. It's Retro Ralph.
Hey Jeff, what's going on? I think everyone should hear us now. I'm pretty sure we're good.
I think we have recovered the audio. We had to reboot OBS, but we are back. Ralph, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, my friend. Cheers in chat.
You too, man.
Yep.
You were asking me a question, what was going on before. That's what they didn't hear that. Oh, well, they probably heard you ask me the question, but they didn't hear me answer. So Jeff asked what was going on in my world as far as arcade content, and one of the marketing people from Stern had reached out and said, hey, would you be interested in doing some video content on 4 of our games? And I was, of course, that was exciting. Yes, I would love that. So we talked back and forth for about a couple months, and then we worked out a little agreement that they would give me a game and let me keep that game for 4 weeks, and I'd do some content on it. Stern didn't really say what content, just, hey, put something out on your social media, on your YouTube channel, whatever you want to do. So that was really cool. There was no sign this, can't say that, nothing like that. And the first game they sent was Venom. So, and I am absolutely loving Venom, Jeff. It is very, very fun and very fast. And I wish I had given it a better chance at Pinball Expo, but it is hard to evaluate a game at Pinball Expo sometimes because it's so loud in there and there's so much other stuff going on.
And Ralph, you just hit on something. It's very different at the expo because there's so many people waiting to play the games, and you get one shot at it sometimes with the crowds, and the audio is a huge part of the game.
Yeah, I know, and just like Galactic Tank Force, the audio is so cool in that game, but I had a better experience with Galactic Tank Force at Pastimes when we went because it wasn't as loud in there, you know? So, yeah.
So, Ralph, what else is going on in your life?
Man, just work has been so busy that honestly, on the arcade front of things, I haven't done a whole lot. And we've been just, I know like you, we don't even get a chance to talk as much anymore because your job is busy and my job is busy. So it's been less time for fun stuff, you know? So that's why pinball's been more a part of my life, I think, lately, because you can step up to a pinball machine, play a game, play your 3 balls, and walk away and do something else. Where if I start working on an arcade project or a restoration, that takes a lot of time. So it's been fun to kind of, I don't know, pinball's really good for that. You know, kind of a get in, get out, play a couple games, enjoy yourself, and then, you know, kind of go back to doing whatever it is that you're doing.
And, Ralph, we had an amazing pinball year, you and I. We did.
Yeah.
We did the grand opening of Pastimes Arcade. We did the Pinball Expo, and then, like we've said, we've just constantly talk about video games and pinball machines. So I think we had a really big year. Yep.
Pastimes was so thank you for kind of getting that all pulled together, because that was probably, I mean, it's I think when you watch our video, you have to just go there. The video is just scratching the surface of it, but you could be there all day and spend 5 minutes on each machine, and you'd actually, it'd be nighttime and they'd be closing the doors and you'd have to come back tomorrow if you really were going to go through each game. It's just that magnitude of that place and the condition that Mike Hale and the team, and I always forget Ron Kuhn, they do such a good job keeping those machines,
and Patrick,
working.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and Patrick, sorry.
And we will go back
him.
there this year. I'm confident that we'll go back. And it's a little secret, and I think you can agree. If you don't go to the Pinball Expo, please go to Pastimes, because you're getting almost a better experience at Pastimes Arcade than you are at Pinball Expo, because it's all Rob's games.
Well, Andy has and he has all the latest stuff. Yep. I mean, if it's new, he's gonna get it. Do you know if is he planning on getting a Labyrinth? I'd be surprised if he doesn't have one already, probably.
You know what? We'll have to check in with him and see what he's got.
Yeah.
He did pick up, I think he made a phone call to you, Rob did, and he picked up the Grid, right? So
he called me and he goes, hey, you know this game, right? And I said, yeah, I'm I'm pretty familiar. I go, I bought one. It took me a little while to get one. He goes, would it be a good deal? I don't know. Can I disclose the? He might not want me to disclose the price. But anyways, he called me and said, is it a good deal if I paid this? And the number, and I said, well, how many of them are you getting for that? And he said, I'm getting a 3-node grid, so 3 of them. And the price that he gave me was like, can I buy it for that? Because it was a really good price. And he said they were all working.
Where did he get it from? That's the tricky part, because those are so rare.
He didn't tell me that part, Jeff. He didn't tell me that part. He's holding out on me.
At the end of this broadcast, Ralph, what we will do is you and I will reveal our top 3 wish list games. Because I know, you get all these games and then you have these moments where you cool off, but there's always games you want, let's be honest. So
your criteria, though, you said that I asked you, I said, Jeff, does price matter? Because this is a fictitious world. It's a fantasy land where we have all the money in the world. So it's games that we want 3, but money is not enough. And, because it's more fun if you just say you have infinite money.
I know one of them I'll never get because of the cost, but it's on my list. But I agree.
Yeah.
Ralph, do you want to cut to let's go to the dashboard of Galactic Tank Force. So
okay,
we're here to talk about Galactic Tank Force. And we had a great crowd from the early stream, but now we're still going to stream this thing. So Ralph, take a look at this thing. So this is David Fix actually sent me all kinds of new parts. So what I want to tell you guys about this game is it's got a brand new bracket, Ralph. It's got a new bracket behind the tank, which reinforces the shot. So no more air balls coming over the flippers. Actually, this game plays really fast.
So does it absorb the force of the shot a little bit more?
100%. There's like this little, there's a thick plastic piece behind the targets, and then there's a metal bracket underneath that reinforces the bend. It's not going to bend anymore.
Okay.
Because there's a huge plastic piece behind it. And then they put a metal lip over the tank. So now the ball doesn't go air, it just stays down. And this game
I'll say
is
this,
fast.
Jeff.
Yeah.
When I played it at Pastimes, I really enjoyed myself. But my only gripe was like how hard I was hitting that tank, because depending on the shot I got, it would sometimes do the air ball over the flippers, and that kind of ruined the fun of it. But that was the only thing that that was the only thing I really had a major problem with. But the game itself, I thought, was pretty cool. Like, I love the lighting. The light show part of it is like really cool.
It's absolutely
I
beautiful.
love the fact that they got all those actors in it, which made it really neat. And even though that was cheesy, it was intentionally cheesy, right? It was meant to be that like weird cheesy. I loved it, but I know it got a little bit of lukewarm response. But if you give it some time and play it, I think people would actually enjoy playing the game.
I completely agree. Ralph, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to cut over to a shot. I'm going to pull the Sony camera off of the tripod. Let's see can we hear you, Ralph?
I don't know.
Everybody, can you guys still hear Ralph out there? So what I want to do real quick.
Yeah, let us know.
I want to show you guys this is actually a very special game. I'm going to take this camera off, and I want to share with you guys some things about this game. Going to turn the light on. How are we looking, Ralph?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, it's really good.
I want to share something. This is so important about this game. When David Fix sent this game to me,
just hold it a little bit, just like just stabilize it a little bit more. It's just because it's just a little jarring if you move it too fast.
Well,
that's all.
Look at the serial number here. This is Galactic Tank Force 0000.
It almost doesn't exist.
This is the prototype. This game, and when I got this game, everybody, it was they were working on a lot of stuff. They were working on the code, and they were trying to fine tune it. But right here, I want to share with you what they did. They actually put a bracket right here behind the targets, and that really, really keeps it low, the ball low. And then they put a lip here, so when the ball hits, it stays low. And
so that's in the ones you like. If I were to buy one right now, that'll have that.
I don't. I I would say yes. I can't speak on behalf of American, but I would think that is going to be something they add.
Like if you own it, they
Yeah.
might. We
And
should find that out.
I
Yeah.
will. I'll do follow up. And like I said, the artwork on this game's amazing. This is, Ralph, this is definitely the deluxe version. I took the treads off so that I could stream it because
Oh,
when
okay.
the treads
Because it
are
has
on,
those.
yeah, when the treads are on, you can't put the tripods here. So I've got, my overhead cam, your typical Jack Danger shot that he's
Does
made
the
famous.
LEDs from the LEDs from the treads, do those also kind of like distract the camera if they're there, or you can't even get the rig around it with them there?
Yeah, because it covers the
can't-
whole
yeah.
bottom. You can see where the bolts go. So these
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
notches
yeah.
here is where the treads go, and it's beautiful with the treads on. And I need to figure out where in Arcade Hollywood we're gonna put this.
You're right, Jeff. You don't. What's over to the right? Isn't that like a? I always forget what those things are called. Those like bar. Isn't that one of those bar? Oh,
Right
oh
here?
yeah. What are those called? I always
Oh,
forget.
that's a Mega Touch.
Can you fit a game right there if that was taken out?
Well, I don't want to do that because my
'cause
air
you-
duct is there.
Oh.
So I want to keep a little, but I'll move something.
Well,
down.
you have a
Yeah.
a problem then. You got
got
to
a
move
problem.
something.
But also, Ralph, let's see if I can zoom in. So something, when I picked this game up, sorry about the shaky camera. When I picked this game up, look at the serial number on the box. The box says ice cream. And what that means is this game's code name during development was ice cream. So when I got the game, from the shipping person in Columbus, let me go back here, guys, let me go back here. It had ice cream on it. That is the code name when they designed it. So, and I actually knew about the game 1 year before it was released. Because I did a warehouse, or I went there and
You
filmed.
did that tour video.
Yeah, I did a tour video, and then I also did the Valhalla stuff with American Pinball, and I really love Valhalla. I love the American Pinball games, and I got Galactic Tank Force working. This game was a work of art and a work in progress when I got it. So now it fully works. I've got all the bugs worked out on this thing. And I also, Ralph, I did the trailer for this game, and that was
I remember.
that was a really interesting time for pinball for me. I was honored to get a new in the box pinball machine, something no one's ever seen. Very honored to have that here. But wow, it's a huge responsibility for the pinball community because I think doing product demos and doing product promos, it was eye-opening.
Yeah, well,
was-
I mean,
Let me put the echo.
and
It
there's a
was
lot of,
eye-opening.
and it was a new machine. It was I think it's also with pinball, it's interesting because you have Stern who's always going to try to focus on these like larger IPs, and I think it would be let's just say, all things aside, it would be nerve-wracking for any company to try to do a unique game without a big IP these days, because everyone just does all these big IPs. I mean, look at Barrels of Fun; they're brand new, and they picked Labyrinth, which is a movie that a lot of people know. So
It's crazy.
So it's a risk in a sense, putting out a game that is a unique theme that someone had to come up with. Someone's brain came up with this.
Well,
So,
this game was a Dennis Nordman game, and I think the backstory is that he'd had this built in his garage for a long time, and I think when he came over to American Pinball, it's one of the games he got had greenlit from the staff. And to American's credit, everybody at American Pinball works so hard. You got Jack Hager, who does all these great video assets and does the a lot of the marketing ends. Their whole staff. You got Steve Bowden that did the code. That's a hardworking bunch, and you got to celebrate anytime you make a pinball machine, Ralph. You just got to celebrate the accomplishment because you just got to celebrate it, man. Pinball is just special.
Yeah, and the other thing too, you mentioned Jack. If anybody's seen the Insert Coin documentary, Jack was pretty instrumental in the Midway days. So you can kind of, if you haven't seen that movie, it's kind of cool because a lot of those guys that worked for Midway and Williams and like they all kind of have gone to different places now, and Jack is one that's over at American Pinball. So, and then you got. What you have? I always forget his name for some reason. I always call him the wrong name. The guy that started, not Raw Thrills, but the company that they do a lot of their code development with. Shoot.
Wait, I know who you're talking.
Someone
about.
Someone in the chat needs to bring. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now,
Eugene
but
Jarvis. Was it Eugene?
Not Eugene, but the company they partner with to do like they're the ones that are doing Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Not Chicago Gaming, but the company I don't know why I can't think of it. On any other day,
anyone in chat know what we're talking about? Yeah. So, Ralph, would you like me to play a game of Galactic Tank Force?
Yeah. Let's see it in action.
Let's see if I can bring up a different camera angle here on the GTF dashboard. So I've got my Sony cam.
Plunge it.
So here we go. Okay, wait. Hold on, everybody. I'm going to move my camera back. Yeah.
I like the shot you have right now because I can see you can see like the bottom half of the playfield and the whole game. It looks great.
And oddly enough, in my prior, can I see this shot? Nope. My prior streaming computer, Elgato had issues with the face cam.
With your plunger?
You still can't see me.
No, you're good. You're good.
See me.
You just scooted over just a tiny bit. Yeah, you're good now.
Let's see. I got an idea. But yeah, we're gonna. Ralph? I think that you might not be able to hear the audio, and I've got it fired up on my mixer here.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think you can see me now. Okay. So
yeah, you're good. Give it a shot.
I actually already started the game, but one of the first things you want to do on this game, Ralph, is I love the multi-ball on this game. You want to hit the airlock. So there's airlocks here on this game. Let me hold the ball. Do it the Todd Tucky. There's the A, I, and R here on this game, and that activates the multi-ball Starfighter launch. So once you hit those, you can actually send your balls up to the lock. And then the other way to do multi-ball, a mini multi-ball, is to get, you can get all of the, you can do the meltdown here. So these pop-uppers shoot the ball to these targets, and then it turns it into they call it meltdown multi-ball. So.
Use the nut dart to find.
Yeah, and why? I'm Jeff. Is it just set to like five balls or something? Is that what's showing
that.
ball 4?
I did that
okay.
because it plays so fast. Now on Steve Bowden, on Jack Danger's stream, he dodged the tank. I'm not doing that. I go right at the tank.
Oh, like he purposely not shoot the tank?
Yeah, because it's so fast. Like the tank it shoots the ball back so fast, but I don't do that. I go for it. So I'll just go ahead.
Jeff, you know what other game has a tendency to do that a little bit?
Yeah.
It's not as bad, but Stranger Things, those drop targets that are underneath the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Like if you shoot them pretty hard, it depends. It happens sometimes where like it'll fly back at you, but I'm just surprised. Pop bumpers. I feel like I'm not pop bumpers, but drop targets. I feel like even still, sometimes they won't drop. Every now and then, I'm like on all games, any game that has them, like I don't know why. You'd think that would be a perfected technology at this point, but
yeah, I agree, Ralph. But like I said, this game, I'm not even gonna do this justice tonight because on camera, it's hard because you get nervous on camera. It's hard to play good pinball, and I'm not really, Ralph. I'm not a good pinball player. How about you? Do you consider yourself a good pinball player?
Jeff, I feel for you right now because this is what'll happen. I just filmed Venom, right?
Yep.
I was playing great, and then Mason comes along with the camera, right? Hey, I'm gonna film you. All right, and then it was like, bad ball after bad ball after bad ball, and then he shuts off the camera, and I start playing good again. It happens every time. It's the pressure of the audience.
It's the pressure of the audience.
Weird.
And like I said, I'll play another game. Denny K says glitchy. I'm just looking at some of the. Yeah, I got to tell you, like once you get the kinks worked out on this game, it's outstanding fun. It's unique theme. I think pinball's missing the unique themes, Ralph. This game's just fun.
Yeah. Someone said this. Let's just unless someone else says something, let's just keep rolling.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Let me move this camera.
Nick Madsen, how you doing?
Nick.
So Jeff just
Yes.
started playing one ball, but he's gonna go back. He's gonna go back and start it up again. But
Yeah.
we were just talking about when Dead Flip streamed it. They were kind of doing a strategy to avoid the tank, but Jeff had gotten some updates from American where it adds sort of this like metal shroud to the bottom of the tank there. Well, it's above the drop targets, but you can see it, and it helps prevent the air balls from going over the flippers. That was one thing. When I played this at Pastimes, I really was enjoying. I played it with DK Mikey. Actually, DK Mikey came
Oh,
to
yeah.
Pastimes, and we were having a blast with it. Like we were having a lot of fun. It was one of his friends was with us too, but I don't remember his name. I'm sorry about that. If you're watching this back, it's great.
I really
So
like it.
yeah,
Ralph, would
I
you
don't know
like
if
me
it's
to
this person.
take another shot?
Yeah, give
at
it another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go,
Okay. I've got this camera almost set it where I want it.
Jeff.
Okay.
It's good, man.
All right. You know me. Okay, Ralph, I'm going to play another game, okay? And I'm going to
All right, let's-
try to get a multi-ball in this thing because when I first got this game, they didn't even have most of the code wasn't even finished with the video element. So this is night and day, and I'm using the brand new code. This is updated to the latest code. Like I
Yeah.
said, Ralph, my goal here is I want to get those air targets. I got two of them. I've got the A and the R, or the I and the R, because I want to be able to lock the multi-balls.
And I don't want to distract you, Jeff, but on the tank, because I haven't spent enough time with it to know all the modes of it and everything, but if you hit all 5 of those targets on the tank, does that destroy the tank, or does it have to be in some mode in order to destroy the tank?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't played it, believe it or not. I haven't played this since March, so I'm really
I know it.
unsure. I'm really unsure how.
Okay, you destroyed the tank. You got it. It destroyed. You're good.
I'll have to
That's
learn
awesome.
the rules. I got to be honest. I'm not really up on the rules on this game.
Jeff, some of these games, like we were talking about this offline for the people listening. We were talking about this offline that it's good and bad. It's a lot of these modern pinball machines, almost all of them, have huge rule sets. Like
Huge.
the ones that print them out, sometimes they're like 30 pages, 40 pages of rule sets. And then if the company decides they're going to update the code, the rule set book is now like out of date sometimes. Or like some of them are still working, some of them apply, but then they add more rules to it. So it's good and bad. It's good because I think it gives pinball longevity, but it's bad because if you're a casual player, a lot of times you don't like play the game once and know all the rules. Like it takes a while. But that could be looked at as a good or a bad thing, depending on how you look at
Well,
that.
and you're right, because I know if you get far in this game, Roger Sharp actually appears in this game. I know that. 'cause-
What?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, I know that because
What the heck?
I've seen all the elements on this game. So I know, and they shot so much video for this, and there's also an adult mode that, you know, I'll-
What's the adult mode? Is that just language? I'm
yeah,
assuming,
it's
or is
kind
it?
of
Okay.
innuendo kind of thing. It's,
Oh, okay.
You know, play on ice cream and, you know, Carrie's, you know, my face is blushing, but yeah, I think you can use your imagination.
Oh.
But there's a family mode on this game, but there's also an adult mode. Check that for what you want.
I think there might be some. Not that I don't want to mess you up.
Yeah.
There was some feedback that said the game sound was kind of going in and out, but
Well, it might be the OBS, but I've got it set
Yeah.
up to. Okay, I'm gonna get that meltdown. I'll turn it up.
You're actually doing pretty good now.
Oh, there you go. And, David
Yeah, you
Fix,
destroyed the tank.
David Fix kind of informed me on something yesterday. This game, I got the meltdown. This game has
sweet.
3 magnets on it. So this game has got a lot of magnets that pull the ball in places. So American
Jeff,
Pinball,
when you destroyed the tank, it was weird. I didn't see it in real time. I saw it like for last second. Does it hold the ball there? Like I saw a magnet hold the ball
yeah,
there.
there's a magnet there. It shoots the ball right. Oh gosh, see if you
Oh, yeah, you got right. That was right down the middle.
right down the middle. And then, like I said, there's an atomic shield right here. I actually deactivated it because I kind of don't like it. This actually appears in a lot of pinball machines over the decades, but I kind of like to play it without it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I got multi-ball. Ralph, this is multi-ball.
All locked. Titan belts. Master arm on. Radio check.
Something might be glitchy, but hey, if it is after,
Hey,
we'll just have
let me
to deal with that.
let me throw this out. What pinball machine isn't glitchy?
No, not the machine. The I guess the stream might be glitchy, but hey, you gotta focus.
I misunderstood, Ralph. I apologize.
No, you gotta focus on that.
Great.
You're going off right now. It's good.
And like I said, this game is fast, which I love that. And you got to be you got to be ready because that ball shoots off that tank.
It is a super fast game. That's
It's
for sure.
fast.
Yeah, maybe don't wax the play field too much, and then you.
And I have it set to 5 balls. So, how many? Do we have any questions out there in chat? Do you see any good questions out there in chat while I play my next ball?
Somewhat retro pug said it's called the night mode is called Galactic Tank Force After Dark.
Scott.
That's what
Scott was
Scott
supposed
said.
to be in karaoke. What happened?
Karaoke? Well, what is he doing?
Scott-
Maybe he's at karaoke and watching us at the same time. You ever think of that?
Let's go.
He might be.
He might be doing both.
I think we lost Sir Todd. I think Sir Todd probably went to Applebee's. What do you think, Ralph?
He lost his patience.
He lost
Todd
patience?
just said, you know what? He said, I'm not on this show, and I can't hear anything. I'm on here.
He did bring his audience over though, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I just love, the other thing that's really cool that I like that they did, like I thought this was kind of a nice added feature, and I believe they put them on all of them, their versions of like sort of pin stadium lights. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That they
I
put
meant to
the
tell you
lighting
that-
on the game is really neat.
Yeah, I'll show you that with the Sony camera after this game.
Is that on all versions of the game? Do you know?
Yeah. Yes. It's actually part of the light show on the game.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think anybody would. I haven't heard anyone say they don't think the game is beautiful. That's for sure. I mean, it looks great.
And I think Franchi's artwork is very pretty.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Fudge you too.
And you can hear some of the sayings like "But you too," and then like Empress
That's a pretty
Sonoya is
decent
my
score,
favorite
Jeff, right
one,
there.
Ralph. Yeah, Empress Sonoya goes, "I see you lost all your balls." It's little things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quirky, but I mean, I think that's neat.
I'm from the '80s, Ralph, so I like the cheese, man.
Oh no, I like the cheese too. And the thing is, it's not like it doesn't know it's cheese. You know what I mean? It's like that was the whole intent. It was made to be cheesy, right?
It was made to be cheesy. Yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of like I don't know, Jeff. This might separate our age just a little bit. Not that you're that much older than me or anything, but
I am.
do you remember the game? And of course, now that I'm bringing it up, I'm gonna forget the name of the game. It was a Sega CD game called Night Trap.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Okay, so it reminds me. Some of the animations and video kind of remind me of Night Trap. It was like this real campy, weird. It's just this like weird campy game. It's really weird actually.
What?
But it was.
What year did that come out?
Probably like 92, maybe.
Ralph,
maybe 92.
Did
It
I
was for
hear
the Sega
Sega's,
CD.
Sega's trying to make a comeback with putting products out on the market again? Did I hear that?
Well, I mean, Sega obviously still makes arcade games, just not the arcade games we remember. But they're reintroducing some old IPs like Golden Axe. They're gonna redo Golden Axe. They're gonna redo. Do you remember the game that had Offspring, the band, in it? Crazy Taxi. Do you remember that game? Yeah, they're gonna redo Crazy Taxi. They're gonna redo a very popular. Well, I don't know how popular it was. I liked it, and some of my friends liked it, but there was a Dreamcast game called Jet Set Radio, which was a game a lot of people liked. So yeah, they're gonna reintroduce some of their old IPs as like reimagined games, which is cool. I think that's cool. I love all those Sega games. And if they did Golden Axe and like Altered Beast, they didn't say they're doing Altered Beast, but I would guess they're doing that. And they're gonna redo Streets of Rage, which was a very popular Sega Genesis beat 'em up. So that's cool. So there was a question in the chat.
Yes.
Nick Madsen said, "What's your next pinball pickup going to be?"
Ooh, hold on. Let me get back to our full screen view. Hold on.
You have to get serious to answer this question.
Ooh, yeah. Nick, is that for Ralph or is that for...
I think either one of us, both of us, we could
Ralph,
both answer
you
it.
go first, Ralph. I already know
Well,
what
Jeff, I don't even know if I told you this, and Nick already knows this, but I traded in my Stranger Things Pro for the premium, the latest run of that Stern did of the premiums, and that
Yes.
comes to my house tomorrow. So they took my Pro away, and I'm getting the Stranger Things premium tomorrow. So that is very
Merry Christmas
exciting.
to Ralph.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. So, Jeff, there's something about the freaking projector and then the telekinesis multi-ball in the back with the magnet. It's too friggin' cool, and neither one of those features are on the Pro. And everyone told me, you're going to get a premium. You're going to get a premium. And I'm sure you told me the same thing. Actually, when I was on your porch, you said you're going to get bit by the stupid bug, and your whole house is going to
Dude.
get filled with pinball machines.
Ralph,
and you were right.
I have wrecked you. I have wrecked you in big ways.
You ruined it.
I've wrecked you in big ways. Like Mason,
It's your fault.
Mason, we haven't wrecked, and he's got a house, so we haven't wrecked Mason yet.
I'll tell you this, Jeff. I couldn't get him off Venom.
Huh?
I could not get Mason off of Venom.
See,
He kept playing it.
Ralph, that kind of brings me to a really cool subject. So one video I have coming out next week after Christmas is there's a pinball party that happens every August here called Summer Pinball Thing. And it's Trent Augenstein and Deborah Talman. They host a pinball party. They have Stern people come, and they have all the brand new Stern machines of the moment. So
When do they do this?
They do it in August, and I think it's like a great show. And I got to see if I can get you guys to come to it because Stern sends down people from. John Borg's always there. They get
cool.
all kinds of Stern folks actually show up there, and I played Venom. At Trent's. I also fell in love with the Ninja Turtles. Did I say that out loud? Wait, let me put the echo. I like the Ninja Turtles.
Jeff, I don't know. You know what's weird is I feel like I know this is going to be. I'm not meaning it to be controversial. I'm totally not. But I feel like with communities as small as pinball, if one person who's like maybe a popular person in the hobby says something bad about a game, it sometimes gets picked up and then it gets like echoed throughout the community.
It does. It's so bad.
That's unfortunate because some great games get sort of like a bad rap so fast.
But
like
see,
Stranger Things, no one liked it when it first came out. Now everyone wants it.
I loved it.
So.
Like Rob Burke had it. Rob Burke had it right away. I loved it. And if you like Attack from Mars, man, this game has it's screaming Attack from Mars, and that projector was so awesome.
Yeah, and like to think, Jeff, like
I don't listen
that
to people
telekinesis.
anyway. I don't
That
care.
telekinesis multi-ball, they had to figure out, okay, when this magnet strength is holding one ball, it has to be this strength. When it's holding two, it has to be another strength. And three, it has to be even stronger because we can't let them drop. Like, there's a lot of engineering that goes into this stuff. It's so cool to me.
Pinball is the best, Ralph. It's like I love video games too. I wish video games would find some kind of resurgence in that way.
I know.
I think we've kind of talked about that in some aspects. I think you know, we got Raw Thrills making games, but man, it would be cool if they could find some. I really ended up really liking the Atari Recharged series games.
They're fun. Those
Yeah.
are fun games. Yeah. Jeff, there's a disappointing thing that just happened, and I am so bummed because there was I don't know if you knew this. I found out through someone else that they were making a brand new Food Fight. And I was so excited because I was thinking, are they going to remake Food Fight? But it's like a weird, it's not what we would think. It's not at all the traditional game of Food Fight. It's like a completely different game. It's like
Really? Like it's
I want to say it's almost like an RPG kind of a
Oh,
game.
I don't know
It's
if I like
definitely
that
not.
now.
Yeah, I was so bummed.
that's
John Hancock did a video on it.
Is that the company that did the ice cold beer?
No. That's not yet. No, it's some like third party developer. I can't remember who it. They're a smaller development company that did it for Atari, but it doesn't look like what it. Because if they redid Food Fight traditional
Yeah.
in a recharged, I'd love it. If it was, Food Fight how you and I remember it, but with like maybe some updated graphics or something, I think I'd be very into a game like that.
Kind of like a Food Fight Recharged.
Yeah, they should totally do a Food Fight recharged.
I'm using my
Um,
DSLR.
So,
and it gets out of
Jeff,
sync.
Retro Pug was talking about how I'm very jealous, but he said he's still waiting for his Pulp Fiction SE. But it seems like those are taking a long time to trickle out for whatever reason. I don't know why.
I mean, I don't really have an answer on that one. And I think if you guys were at Pinball Expo like we were, I think that was the question of the day. Even though there was some neat pins distracting other people, everybody was loving those Pulp Fictions. Like
Dude, there
was
there was
packed on
always
those, yep.
people, and they had maybe 6 of them or 8 of them maybe. So they had a decent amount of them there.
They had 6
I wanna
of
say
them,
there
and
was-
then they had a bank of what was the other one? Oh, the other one that they just released, Cactus Canyon.
Cactus Canyon remake, yeah. And people are still waiting on that. It's a bummer because I don't know if it's because Chicago Gaming Company does so many other things, because I think they make all the, if I remember right, don't they do all the cabinetry for Raw Thrills? So
They
they're
do.
probably so busy printing money with Raw Thrills
Yeah.
that they're like, which is, I hope
It's
they
like
can
this,
pump those
Ralph.
games out soon. Yeah, they do. Man,
Well-
all those big family entertainment centers buy up all those Raw Thrills games.
So Ralph, I know in the previous stream that didn't work out for us, I want to share something with you and the audience. So with the Galactic Tank Force, I did the trailer for this game, and like I said, that was a very interesting experience doing a product of a brand new machine that no one's had their hands on, and then putting it out for the public to consume immediately. That was a eye-opening experience. And I do have a trailer that never saw the light of day that I want to share
cool.
with you. Yeah, I want to share, like, this is kind of one different version that I edited first that showed a lot of gameplay, but I think what the focus was on at the time is they really wanted to see a lot of the characters. So I kind of made this trailer very similar to my Valhalla trailer. So real quick, Ralph,
Okay.
I want to cut to this
Yeah, let's-
video. So
Okay, yeah, cool.
here
I
we
know
go.
I haven't seen it yet
talk
either,
about-
so I'm
we'll
excited.
talk about it after. So here it is, everybody.
Yeah. So they picked the other one versus that one?
Well, we
They picked it, or?
Yep, we like I said, there was a lot of challenges with filming the trailer. I filmed, I think, in the archives, Barncade becomes a studio. So where the garage is, right over here, it literally I put a black curtain and I can film all kinds of stuff with all my the setup in here is pretty cool. However,
Yeah.
when we filmed it, they really kind of changed their thought process and they wanted to show a lot more of the characters, which they'd worked so hard on. So, but it's all good because I think looking back at it, it was a very interesting time, and I think they just really wanted to get this game out to the public. So, and I have all kinds of footage from this game. I literally have over 1
Yeah.
terabyte of film footage in variety of states. But there was that initial trailer was made, and then we published the character trailer. Kerry Hardy was not a fan of my character trailer. Every time he sees me, he lets me know I might have made the worst pinball trailer of all time, and I don't agree with him on that one.
I loved your
Yep.
pinball trailer, Jeff. I think it's cool. You showed a lot of unique shots that you don't see, that you don't see. It's interesting because like a lot of the trailers, you're showing the ball's perspective, and I think that's really cool because you get an idea of other things and elements in the game that you wouldn't see otherwise. So I thought it was cool.
Well, it's a celebration
we got some interesting
of the
people in the
games,
chat.
too, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Because you and I were talking about rebooting certain things. Nick Madsen said remake Paperboy, and Stringer said reboot Wacko. I think that'd be. I feel like Atari in general is sitting on so many awesome IPs for old games, and I'm pretty sure most of them they have the rights to remake it. Unless someone else had bought the rights at some point to some of these, but. There's just so many cool Atari games back. They could redo Road Blasters. I would all day long. I would love to see. Imagine Road Blasters with modern graphics. It'd be freaking amazing.
And maybe make it online. Maybe make it like a co-op play, like Road Blasters.
Oh my gosh! All day long, I would buy a Road Blasters recharge.
Stringer said. Oddly enough, Stringer likes Wacko. Wait, let me put the echo on. Stringer likes Wacko. Anyway, Wacko. I think Wacko is very underrated. I think it's a dual stick game. Have you ever played Wacko? Like, even if you've played it on MAME, it's so fun because you got to match the characters, and it's just a great bally game that doesn't get a lot of love, and it's got the slanted cabinet. That's a great game.
Mandy Madsen says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals." And what's funny is right behind me, you can't really see it because the screen is fuzzy out, but on these monitors back here, I am playing Home Alone to get into the holiday spirit.
Nice.
So,
nice.
I'll get the box. Hold on.
I secretly have Owen's Christmas present in plain sight. He has no clue. He's walked into Barncade. Oh, you filthy animals! Dude,
I'm playing it on VHS. Yeah, I'm playing it on VHS behind me. So there you go.
Oh wait, Ralph, real quick, give me your top 3 Christmas. Either Christmas specials or Christmas movies. Go. Your top 3.
Oh, wow. Okay, so my favorite, they're cartoonish ones, most of them. So, all right, I like newer ones. So I loved, it wasn't in my top list until I don't know when it came out. Maybe it came out in early 2000s, but Elf is a favorite one in our house. The kids loved it. And so that one's a must play. Home Alone gets played every single year, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation gets played every single year. So those 3 are consistently on the TV. But the other one that I had never seen before, Jeff, what's the movie? It's really, really, really old. It's in black and white too, but I had never seen it up until last Christmas. Kim made me watch it, and I was like, it was sad though, but it was good. Do you know what I'm talking about? Old.
Oh, It's a Wonderful
Black and
Life.
White holiday.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's a great one.
It is.
That's a great.
And I had never
Miracle
seen it.
on 34th Street, which I love. I'm going to throw a
What's yours,
curveball,
Jeff?
Ralph. I'm going to throw a curveball. Okay, and it's in no order. And Elf. Okay, Elf is my honorable mention because I love Elf.
Okay.
So Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas. I absolutely love it. It's a Muppets presentation. Came out in 1977. Love Emmett Otter. I love the Ebenezer Scrooge version CBS had out with George C. Scott as Ebenezer Scrooge. It had as Tiny Tim, or not Tiny Tim, as Bob Cratchit. It had David Warner, who was the villain Stark in Tron. Love that one.
Okay.
And then my third one is Vacation with Chevy Chase. That was
Yeah.
my dad's favorite Christmas special, because if anybody was like Clark Griswold, it was my dad. And we just love that. There's nothing bad about that it's just great. It's great. But yeah, love
Oh my
Elf.
gosh, it's a great movie.
Yep.
What are your feelings on Scrooged with Bill Murray? Is that one that you like?
I did like it. And like I said, I grew up in the 80s. So late 80s when that came out, it was popular because Bill Murray was popular, but I like that one. That one's worthy of a watch for the holidays.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Ralph,
Well,
is there
I think that's a pretty good list.
anything out there in chat going on?
Well, Retropug said he's bummed that he missed the part where you were playing Galactic Tank Force only wearing a towel. Oh no, sorry. He said he did see that and it was uncomfortable when you did it. So
Scott.
it seemed like everyone else in the audience
Scott.
liked it, but I guess Scott didn't like. Maybe you guys are too close of friends. I'm not sure, but he did
Ralph.
like it.
I got an idea. So I think it's loaded here. I want to share something. Let's see if it loaded. Because we reboot this silly Picture of the Week. Okay, I do this thing on these live shows called Picture of the Week. I'm going to play the Picture of the Week, then I'm going to cut back to this shot, and Ralph and I are going to talk about this picture. So real quick, everybody, here's my Picture of the Week picture. You'll like this. This is good. Yeah, it's muted. So I'm going to cut back. Ralph, that picture is pretty epic.
It is.
It's pretty epic, that picture. Let me see if I can actually add that image to this source here.
Okay. Yeah, no, that picture's awesome. That was a very fun moment from that was, I think, pretty late at night, if I recall, on
yes.
one of the nights at Pinball Expo. Yeah. That was fun.
It was
and it
fun.
took a lot of convincing. I don't know, it was like herding cats to get everyone over to take this actual picture.
So
but
here's the picture up while our audio's up. So take a look at this picture, everybody. There's a lot going on here. So Ralph, if you can see on the screen, tell us what's going on in this picture.
Well, I think we're pretending to maybe beat up Todd, or I'm not really sure actually what's going on.
I think he's kind of the Todd father in this picture, kind of like he's the central figure.
Yeah, but then he has a fuzzy boom mic on his head. I don't know what's going on there.
That's Stringer in that microphone.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of awesome people in this picture.
Yes,
we got Stringer over there. There's you have Mason. Arcade Eric, which is behind Stringer,
yes.
And then to the left of him, you have Bob Rose, who's the producer of Token Taverns. He was hanging out with us quite a bit that day. Then me and the kind of behind Todd's head. I don't think I was ready for the shot. Then you have Ryan Blaine, who's become a really close friend from Pinball Expo, which is really cool. I didn't even know him, and we met him on the first Pinball Expo you brought me to. And he became a really good friend and also a really awesome person to bounce ideas about pinball strategies, because he's one of those brainiacs that just remembers every single rule of every single game. Then you're there. And then I always forget.
That's Chuck.
I don't want to. It's Chuck, but he goes by something else.
It's Puck Chucker.
But yeah, there we
Puck
go.
Chucker. And then you got Frankie. And then Carrie
Frank,
Hardy.
And then Carrie Hardy, yeah.
And I think the picture was taken by Carol Hardy, which is Carrie's wife.
Yeah, I know. She couldn't get in it for whatever reason. But it took forever to even coordinate this picture. So we had to move heaven and earth just to actually get that picture taken.
It was fun. And it was a spur of the moment picture too. And it just kind of, that picture really captures what Pinball Expo is about. And if you don't know, the Pinball Expo is going to celebrate their 40th year this year. So book your tickets now, and I think that Rob and Bridget will pull all the stops out for the 40th. So
I wonder, Jeff, right? Since the rumor on the street right now is the next Stern game would be announced would be Jaws. So let's just
So they
say,
said, they said, right.
but by Expo time, yeah, that's still a rumor. Obviously, there's no true confirmation of that from Stern Pinball. Just to be straightforward on that, but by Pinball Expo time, there'd probably be another Stern game, right?
two?
Because or maybe two. So who knows what the heck we're going to see at Pinball Expo? But I think if Stern and all these other manufacturers know it's the 40th year, they're going to do something cool. Like everyone's going to band together and do something extra cool, I think.
That's a good thought I never thought about that. I don't know if the pinball companies would actually honor that, but you're right. That should be something.
Or they're at least going to bring their best. They're going to put their best foot forward. I mean, come on. It's the big. And plus, if Rob does what he said he was going to do in one of those sessions, he said he was going to extend it.
Yeah. Oh, he did say that, didn't he?
But he didn't officially, I think, say he was gonna. But he asked the audience in one of the sessions, "How would you feel if we extended it by a day?" I don't think that's official yet, though.
No, he hasn't. And I think they'll start to talk Expo probably after the first of the year. I think they got a lot. Everyone's got a lot going on during the holidays. So that's that. Ralph.
But it is rumored also. Obviously, I don't want to. None of this is confirmed. This is just what other people are saying. Is that Jaws announcement is kind of imminent, and that if that happens, that they would be bringing that to the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. So,
When is
so
the
Jeff, if they do
consumer
that,
show in Vegas though?
it's January. It's coming up really soon.
Oh, there's
so
no doubt that'll have it out.
if they bring it, Jeff, I might have to just buy a day ticket to fly in and just see it. Maybe I could even put some footage and you and I could kind of give our opinion on it or something.
Review. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be
Ralph,
really fun.
I saw another pinball podcaster's comments about what they think the pinball game of the year is. What's your thoughts on pinball game of the year? Who do you think? What game is really like? There's been so many interesting titles that's really kind of captured people's attention in one way or the other. So I don't know.
What do I don't know, because you have, I mean, think about it. At the show, you had nonstop people at Barrels of Fun playing Labyrinth. It didn't even stop.
It didn't stop.
That's a newer company, but with people we know, people that were known from Spooky, so they got some reputable people working there. So there's that. Then you had Jersey Jack and they made this huge splash with Elton John. So then those lines never died down. Then you had Venom craziness for the last 4 months. Then you had Pulp Fiction, and technically, did Pulp Fiction, would that still be this year? I think it would, right?
When that came out, I don't remember was it Texas Pinball Show that was that when Pulp Fiction got its. I think it did.
All right, let's put an asterisk on Pulp Fiction.
Because that's when Galactic Tank Force came out. Galactic Tank Force came out, and so did The Godfather. So I know GTF stole so many.
There's so many games, Jeff. Yeah. I don't know how you even I don't know how you pick a. Are you asking me to pick one?
Yeah. What's your thoughts? Who would you? What would you pick? And we've played them all. You and I. There's no doubt we.
I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough time on. I feel unfair to not include Elton John because I didn't get enough time on it. Every time I literally played it one game. I think it was one ball, and it got crazy in there. And then the line was so long, so I don't have a good perspective on it. So I almost feel like if I pick one, I'd be cheating Jersey Jack a bit. Because
I got to play it once when Jersey Jack was setting the game up the next morning. Right before I do a lot of, I live stream to the networks with Rob. So Jersey Jack folks actually let me play it before the network starts streaming it for their morning show. So I really like that one. That one's really good. I played Pulp Fiction at the end of the night, and I was that is such a classic. It's really a good game. That one's a good one too.
Oh, Stringer's saying that the website does. He said it does show that it starts Tuesday, not Wednesday. So that would mean Rob did that, because he was saying he was going to do that at the show, but I didn't see him announce it anywhere.
Let me bring it up real quick. Stay right there.
But Jeff, I agree with you. I played with Ryan and I sat by Pulp Fiction for a while, and there was a guy there, and I wish I could remember his name, but he had done a couple of like artwork assets for the game, and he was giving me some hints on playing it. And so it's always nice when you have someone there that knows the rules of the game to kind of tell you, kind of guide you through it. I think that's always helpful, especially when a game's brand new. But I really enjoyed Pulp Fiction, even though it's a departure, I think, from some of the more modern games. And I thought that's what made it really appealing to me. It was really cool because it was different in the sense it was kind of like a throwback game.
You know what, Ralph? It looks like I'm looking at the website for Expo. You're right. They added Tuesday, and it says Factory Tour and Galloping Ghost Arcade. I wonder if they're busing people.
Oh.
To
already? They've already got that like decided already?
Says it right there. Yeah, I wonder if they're.
Oh wow. Well, Stringer broke the news.
Stringer,
it's in the
broke
chat.
The news, bro. I hear that. Yeah. Just Expo is a lot of fun. So, Ralph, should I play one more game before we get to our top 3 on the wanted list before we wrap up our stream? How long have we been on here?
Yeah, because I fibbed a little bit. Yeah, she's gonna kill you.
Do you want me to?
So we're gonna.
We don't have to play another.
Wait,
game.
what were you gonna do?
I was just gonna play.
We're gonna play another game.
Yeah.
Yeah, play one more game and then we'll do our list.
Yeah. So let me cut over to the dashboard, everyone. So here we go. All right, I am going to fire up one more game of Galactic Tank Force, and then, like I said,
I love the cows. So like,
yeah, and like I said, Ralph, once this stream's over, it'll usher. Like, I got to figure out where I'm going to put this in Barn Cave.
I know you do. You definitely do.
So, like I said, I'd love to show you guys Meltdown. So let's see if I can keep the ball up there where the pop-uppers are. That's how you get the first kind of mini multi-ball.
Jeff,
yeah.
Can I ask you, do you know where they filmed all of the video assets? Was
at
that
American Pinball?
Oh, really?
Against the green screen, yeah. Like, if you watch my core video, you can see I kind of pan over to where they are filming stuff, and they actually had some assets out for their next game, so I couldn't film too much in there. So there were some secrets in that room.
But I gotta go back. Maybe I missed that part because I know I watched the video because it was kind of like a tour with David Fix. Like, he was there and you were walking around with him, and you had Jack on film and a bunch of people. But I don't know if maybe I didn't catch that part with the studio though. So there's a little studio room or something.
It was quick. It's it's a huge like room, and they have they got a huge green screen there, and that's where they did a lot of the stuff, and that's where Jack Hager's office is. So Jack Hager's office is in there. And that's where the 3D printers are. So they've got like 3 or 4 3D printers that constantly print off some of the items that are in some of the pinball machines. Like, at the time, they were printing off the ship for Valhalla, and they were also printing off the barrels for Oktoberfest in there. So.
Jeff, there's an awesome comment, and it's funny because in my Venom video I just recorded, I say the same thing that he just said. So Quantum FX he said something. I love this comment because I feel like this is how I feel, and I'm newer to the hobby. I'm only like 2.5 years in.
Yeah.
But he said, I don't like to judge a game until I spend a bit of time on each one.
Yeah.
Some themes I don't care for, but sometimes they play incredible. And I feel that way actually about, and I know people are going to say that I'm biased because they sent it to me for review. So there are people always going to say that kind of stuff. But Venom was one I don't really care about the character, but the game is friggin' fun.
That got a lot of back. I don't know why that one got so much backlash
I don't know. It's
out
so
there.
fun.
Just like
Later,
you
Stringer.
said, it's almost like one person.
Oh, wait, Stringer's saying bye to someone else. Yeah, one person says something and it's like an echo chamber sometimes.
We got the meltdown multi-ball, guys. It just
sweet.
seems like one person can wrap.
They can't. The hobby's that small. I think the hobby
It
is
is.
that small.
But you get a lot of people that follow those comments, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you play the game yourself before you actually judge the game?
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is, Jeff, and I don't know if this is there's lots of distributors that have showrooms. You can go on pinball maps and go find a local barcade or arcade bar that has the game you're looking at, potentially playing, because a lot of these bars now get the newer games. So, you don't have to. No one's telling anybody they have to invest in the game day one. Go play it somewhere, and I think form your own opinion. I mean, it's good to hear feedback, of course, and it's fun to speculate, I guess, but when you play something, sometimes your opinions really change.
Well, and like you and I are really in a great, like we're in a really great position here. We've gotten to know some folks that just we got access to playing these games. So, like I said, my friend Trent up the road, anytime he gets a new Stern, he always gives me a holler, says, "Hey Jeff, you ought to come check this game out." And then Rob Burke always gets everything. So I'm lucky that I get the chance to get a hold of these games and play them out in the wild, or before they go out to the wild. So
but I mean, Jeff, even like my local distributor in Arizona's Game Room Goodies, they do Stern, they do American, they do, and they ship worldwide and everything. But they have a showroom, so like if you want to go in, it's open like normal business hours. You can go in and play. On the West Coast too, you got Captain's Auctions has a pinball showroom. You can go in there, play the games. So there's stuff. There's a place to. If you don't want to go to a bar, there's other places you can play them too. Does Dodonna have a showroom?
He does. If you go watch Todd Tucky's video, Mike Dodonna is an amazing guy, and he's got a lot of pinball machines for sale. And he, on the East Coast, he's one of the largest distributors of Jersey Jackson Sterns. And he's got video games and a bunch of other stuff in the showroom. Todd just actually was there like a couple weeks ago, kind of giving Mike some love and showing all the stuff they had there. They got a lot of products.
Yeah, I did see. Actually, I did watch that stream. I didn't realize that was they were. I guess they were automated in that stream,
Yes.
right? I didn't see the whole entire stream.
It was Chuck, and it was Chuck and Frankie and Todd.
Yeah. So I mean, just so. And just so everyone knows, I rattled off a name without saying who it was, but Mike Dodonna is a distributor for a company called Automated. Yes. So he's on the East Coast. So yeah, if you're on the East Coast, you're near where Automated is. You can go experience the games there. It's major cities. There's a distributor that carries most of these pinball brands. So that's a good way to go experience them too if they happen to have a bar arcade can be sometimes a little tough to experience the game if it's a loud location, but there's alternatives too.
But it's a good time in the hobby out there, and I'm just hoping in 2024 things keep going, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Jeff, I didn't even tell you this. So I went to Electric Bat on Tuesday. They do Tuesday tournament nights. How many people do you think were at their Wednesday or their Tuesday tournament? This was a day of this week.
200.
Just went. Oh, you picked a high number, but no, it was 100. It was over 100 people, and I thought, wow, what a great turnout! It's a holiday week, kind of going into a holiday weekend sort of, and 100 plus people were there. There was a guy, I'm gonna forget his name, and I'm so bummed that I did.
Those guys
he used
are
to
so
be
nice, Ralph. The Electric Bat.
They're so nice, and they're such advocates for the hobby. I actually was having a problem with one of my games, and I was like, hey man, I know you're busy, but what do you think this might be? And he's like, I've never really seen that particular issue before, and I kind of he was busy, and I sent him back a couple of my ideas, and he's like, yeah, you might be onto something. And he talked with Rachel, and Rachel's like, yeah, I'd check this or that. They're really helpful, and they have a really good podcast too.
I was going to mention that. I need to listen to that.
It's very good, Jeff.
What's it called?
It's called the Batcast, and it's on their YouTube channel. It's actually on everything. It's on like all the normal platforms, but you can watch it on YouTube and listen to it.
I need to watch that. So Ralph, what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
What's your other thoughts on Venom? I mean, you got the come on.
Great job.
I have the premium.
Premium. So what's different from the premium than the pro on the Venom?
Well, one of the biggest things about the game is absent from the pro. So the tagline is, pick your host, change the game. And the reason for that is when you start the game, you get to pick the host character. So it could be, Peter Parker. And when you pick that character, it will change the playfield. So it has a scoop that actually changes. So parts of the game actually change on the premium. It does not do that on the pro. So you're missing some of the other elements to it. I had fun with the pro, but now playing the premium as long as I had, if I was going to buy it, I would definitely buy the premium.
There's a lot of
Definitely.
games. I think one of the big games, like I've got a Star Wars Pro. I like that better. I don't like that loop shot because it seems, it just. But Deadpool Pro, I like better than the premium.
Deadpool Pro is like a really, really great pro, right? It's very well equipped, I feel like.
But I agree with you. I think in most cases, you got to have the premium in some cases to get the full effect of what the designers wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think,
yeah. No, I was just gonna say, Jeff. I think too, with them, with pinball kind of migrating more into this like constant code revisions that they're doing.
Yeah.
They have more things to work with on a premium, right? So they can kind of make the experience slightly different because they have different elements that they maybe don't have on the pro, So it's like, so I think that's also maybe a reason in some cases to get a premium over a pro. But I liked my Stranger Things Pro when I had it, so it was still very fun to play, even though it didn't have the magnet lock and the projector. It's still a very fun game, even without that. So.
And I fell in love with Zeppelin Premium. That's something I just got to have that, Ralph.
Well, right now you can get I think right now you can get a little bit of a discount on it.
I'm
so
gonna wait. I think it's
wait a little bit longer. Yeah, wait a little bit longer. You might be able to get it even cheaper. So
I got a good feeling about 2024 and me and Zeppelin.
Dude, that would be awesome. And maybe in 2024 is going to be my return to Barncade year.
You got to come back. You're always welcome to Barncade, Retro Ralph.
Jeff, should we do our just so we don't go too long? Should we do our list?
Yeah, we still got 14 watching, and I apologize to everyone out there that I haven't been in chat. I think Ralph's been active in the chat, so that's good. Ralph, would you like to start us off for your? This is a wish list, so.
Yeah, so you only said three, right?
3.
You can only pick 3.
Yep, 3. And
okay.
Here's just the context of this whole topic. So when I first started my YouTube channel, one of my second or third videos, I had a wish list. And I actually, come on, camera. Give me back, camera. I actually got 5 of the games on my wish list during the years, but the Bosconian was the hardest to get. It took me 7 years to get that game.
Yeah.
And the other one was the football. The Namco football took me a long time to get. So, Ralph, I'll start.
Yeah.
Do you want to go one at a time, or do you want to just me?
Yeah, let's do back and forth.
Okay.
Let's do back and forth.
So, and it's not in any order. So, number 3 is iRobot by Atari. It's been on my want
I've heard
list
you say this for a long time.
It's eluded me. Out of all these years of having these games, iRobot is so fun. And it's just, I just want that game. It's on my wish list, Ralph.
And that's a pricey one. But part of the criteria of this game we're playing right now is that we have unlimited funds, so we can get whatever we want.
Unlimited funds, yes.
My first one was one that I'm trying to think of where the first time I played it was. I think it was when we went to Galloping Ghost and we went to the pinball location. When we went there, so if you don't know and you haven't been to the pinball location, Galloping Ghost just down the road, a couple blocks down, has a pinball location. It's not that big, but it's great curated group of games. Like, he's got some good stuff. So as soon as I walked in, I looked to the right and I see Predator, and I was like, that's interesting. And then I look, it was broken at the time because I think that game breaks down quite a bit. I look over here and I see this thing that it says Varcon, and I see this demon-looking face looking at me. And I was like, what is that? And I think you said it's Williams. They made less than 100 of them, and it's a vertical pinball experience with joysticks. And it was, you know what it is? It's those, there's something weird about it, Jeff. When you're playing it, you feel like it's like you're transported. You're staring at this evil guy. It's just the sound effects of those Williams games are so cool. It blows my mind. It's hard to play though because the playfield is short, so it kind of reminds me of Baby Pac-Man in that way, where it's fast because the playfield is short. I love it.
I love Archon.
I love it.
And they made 90. Just to let you know, they made 90 of
right?
those.
Yeah.
I know Phoebe, our friend Phoebe in Cincinnati, she's got one. Robert got one from the captain's auction, that famous auction that everybody
the banning
tuned in.
auction.
The banning, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one, Ralph.
But Jeff,
How did Doc Mack
the
get
cost.
his hands on one?
I don't know, but the cost, Jeff, it's
astronomical.
buco bucks for that thing. Yeah.
You're paying for that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ralph, I'm going to give you my next one, and it's obtainable, and I've had my chance at it a couple times, and it's definitely something that's on my wish list that I want to make happen in 2024. That is, it's the Revenge from Mars. It's the Pinball 2000. I really want that to complement my Star Wars. I know it's just so fun. I just love that game. I love the Pinball 2000 series. And that one's been on my list for a long time, but for sure, that's on my list for 2024.
Okay. I like that one. I think it's cool how they implement the CRT. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, it's the precursor to all the stuff Stern did and Jersey Jack did with the putting the LCDs in the back boxes. So
yeah, I think that's cool. All right, I guess it's me. I guess my next one is one that Nick Madsen just got and restored. And these go for a lot of money, too. Ooh. It is one that I have seen a few times, not many, a few times in decent condition, and I passed on them because the price is usually north of $4,000, and that is Paperboy.
Ooh. Oh,
I would like a Paperboy.
See,
I bet you had one, didn't you? You had one, and you got rid of it, didn't you?
I turned down, like early in the collecting days, I turned down a lot of Paperboys. I just didn't want one.
Really?
That's a whole nother topic for the next time is games of regret. But Paperboy's a great game.
Okay. Yeah, Paperboy's my number 2.
I had a chance at it. Number 3, Ralph, and this is obtainable. I want a Zeppelin Premium by Stern.
Yeah,
I've talked
you
about
gotta get
that
it.
for ages. I've talked about that since we played it 2 years ago at Expo and then again last year. So I want that Stern Premium Zeppelin, baby.
Okay.
I got a whole lot of love for that one.
That one, I think, if you wait a little bit, I don't know why that game didn't sell as well. I'm assuming it didn't sell as well because it seems like but I don't know why. Because Led Zeppelin's a great band. The music is great in the game. I don't know why it didn't sell well, to be honest.
Okay. On your last game, but before that, Ralph, RetroPug and Stringer are going back and forth in chat. They're talking about, did you know the credits of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, something dark happens?
No idea.
Stringer and RetroPug are a match. Ralph, what's your final game, my friend?
So I'm going back. So I did one pinball machine and then an arcade game. My third one is a pinball machine. This one I slept on, and this one RetroPug has. And they made one run of it, and they sold them all out, and then they made a second run of them, and they sold out too, and I didn't get one, and that's Total Nuclear Annihilation. The music is so cool. It's really hard, but I don't care, because if I owned it, I would get good at it over time. And the light show is good. The shots are fun. That game, and you can beat the game, which is totally crazy. You can actually complete the game. The game is so cool. That game is so cool.
I think that might be one of my favorite pinball machines of the last decade is Total Nuclear Annihilation. And Chicago Retro Ranger. Hey, Jeff and Ralph, what's up, guys?
Oh, Ezekiel, dude, I got your Christmas card. Thank you so much. That was very, very nice.
I want to say hi to everybody. Juicy Time, Stringer. Stringer, if you haven't seen his video, it's outstanding. And Mason's video is outstanding. Mason's in chat. Scott, long live Scott. Quantum. But yeah, Ralph, I think Total Nuclear Annihilation might be one of the greatest pinball machines made in the last 10 years.
Do you think that Spooky will run it again?
Okay, when you and I were doing our live stream together, the Spooky guys kind of... Remember I said, are you guys going to do another run? And they go, oh, maybe. Yeah. I think they will. Yeah. I don't think it'll be right away, but... I don't know how you couldn't, because I agree. I hope we didn't miss our chance at that one. That's a good one. Yeah.
Did you get to 3? Did you do your third?
Yeah. I did. So
Do you want to do an honorable? Do you want to on the spot do an honorable mention?
yes, I would like to do
All right,
an
you go first though.
Deadpool Pro by Stern is my honorable mention, or Ninja Turtles. I would actually take a Ninja Turtles Premium. I know a lot of people have hate for
okay.
that game, but I like it.
In that game, Mark Silk does such an awesome job
know.
on the voices of that game. It's so awesome. He does such a great job in that game. My on the spot number 4. Right now, as it stands right now with what's available, I'd probably, even though I'd be waiting for it, I'd probably put Pulp. It'd have to be Pulp Fiction because
Gosh, yeah,
I
that's a
had
great
too
one.
much fun with it at Expo, and I was gonna say Venom, but I don't know. Maybe Stern will forget they gave it to me. I don't know.
They might.
Maybe they'll forget to pick it up.
They might.
I don't know.
I think that they handed those out to a couple other people. Did I just say that? Wait, I put the echo. Did I just say that out loud?
You did.
I didn't say it. Ralph, I tell you, I thank Kim for letting me get you on the stream tonight during the
Yeah.
holidays. I want to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try to do this. Looks like Christopher Wells Graham's out there in chat. I want to try to do
Hey,
a
bud.
stream every month. I know that's like asking a lot, but we'll try to do some more streams in the future.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to start to. I really miss my Coffee Talk podcast,
Me
but
too.
the thing is, it was just really hard, Jeff. It was so hard with work, and when things got back to sort of pre-pandemic, work life kind of came back, it became really hard to do the streams, and so.
Yep.
I got to figure it out. Maybe there's a consistent thing I can do, or like you said, right? I think once a month is a good goal to set because that's achievable.
It's
But if I said
achievable.
like once
Yep.
a week, that's tough.
Because I was trying to do the Barncade show every week and it just didn't work. It's just it was too much. It's too much work. You want to do it, but just a lot of it's hard.
I know.
It's very hard.
I know.
Retro
I always
Pug,
said-
Tron, a legacy. He's got a Tron. Don't listen to Retro Pug. He's got a Tron, Ralph.
Doesn't he have everything?
He's got everything. Jeez. He calls
I
me
need
every day.
space, Jeff.
I just got this. I'm like, yeah, you did.
So Jeff, before we go, I was gonna do a video
Yes.
because in 2023 I sold 15 arcade games.
I noticed in your videos that, like, did Ralph get rid of that?
Yeah, but I have a lot in my garage still. It's just in the main room, but I like it because Jeff, I was getting claustrophobic in my main room. I know you had limited space before you built Barncade, and there's a limit to what you can put in one room. And if it gets too cluttered, you almost don't even want to go in there because you can't work on the games if something breaks. It's like you have to. I don't know. I tried to make it more manageable, I guess, but and I don't really have any regrets. I had to do it. So.
You know what, Ralph, and you know what? I think that you and I will hit on that topic. It's like, I know you just sold a bunch of games, but I have games I've sold that I regret.
And I did just say I didn't have any regrets, but I kind of just lied to you. I basically lied to you. So, yeah.
So I'm getting a text from Todd Tucky. He must have went out to eat because he goes, did you guys go back again live? I said, Todd, we fixed it and we've been live for a whole hour.
We've been live the whole time you've been eating, Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Yep. You missed it, dude.
I hope you ate something good.
I bet
Jeff's not a quitter.
Did he go to Nifty 50s or did he go to Applebee's? That's the question of the day.
I
Ralph,
don't
I
know.
want to thank David Fix and American Pinball for definitely hooking me up with Galactic Tank Force. And this is a rare game in my collection. It's an honor to own the prototype. This is a prototype game that's going to live in Barncade. So no, it's not for sale, and no, I'm not getting rid of it. But yes, so please check out American Pinball's website. Valhalla is a lot of fun. Those games are a lot of fun. Galactic Tank Force is definitely worth checking out. I want to just thank everybody out in the pinball universe.
Todd's back.
Oh, Todd's back. He says Motodrome is incredible. Todd, Motodrome is incredible. I had to do that. Incredibly horrible. But no, I want to thank everybody out there.
What's Motodrome?
Oh, who did that? Did you do that?
Not me.
Did Ralph? You got the echo going down.
Not me.
I don't have the changer for that. I just have the echo. Audio
Okay, I'll
echo.
stop. I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll stop. I love you, Todd. We love you.
Yeah, we do. Todd, where
Oh,
are you?
he
Todd,
said
in
it's
chat.
incredibly horrible.
Ralph, where was Todd? Todd, you need to explain yourself. You were supposed to
Yeah,
be
you
on
just
one of
left
these
us high and
segments.
dry. Your
Yeah.
buddies were down in the dumps. You kicked us while we were down.
Yeah, like I said, I want to thank everybody that's in the hobby because we love this hobby and we are proud to be in it. So,
Yeah, we had a good time, and we got to showcase a game that isn't getting a whole lot of love these days. So hopefully, you got to see it from a different light.
Ralph, also, I want to talk about something real fast. So,
Okay.
you and I debuted some brand new technology at Expo called the Yellow Box.
Yeah.
And it was tough for us because it was loud in there. And also we didn't have ear monitors, so I couldn't tell when you were talking and you probably couldn't tell when I was talking. So next time
I already solved it.
You did? Did you get
I
ear
already
monitors?
solved it.
So next
No.
yeah, we're going to do
I
better.
didn't get in-ear monitors, but the solution, not that anybody here is going to care about the technical details, but the monitor on the YOLO box has a delay. So if we were to put in-ear monitors in off the YOLO box monitor, we'd get like an echo. Or not an echo, but it would be hard to speak because you'd hear yourself still talking after you're finished. So what I did was I paired a small Zoom H6 audio mixer, but it's portable and it runs on batteries. So we put that on it, and then if we run our in-ear monitors off of that, it'll be live, it'll be zero latency, and then you and I will be able to hear each other. So if you go off in another area, I'll still hear you, so I can know enough to stop talking while you're showcasing something else.
And for your audience, the big thing is while you were talking, I was trying to wrangle speakers in because as we were,
Yeah.
I know I sounded like a spaz, but as we were moving along the floor, literally we were lucky because we had all these great people involved in building the games along the way, and we got them in front of the camera. So I didn't have a mute on my microphone, so I felt like I got roasted. I got roasted.
It was only a couple people. It was only a couple people. But it was cool because remember we were walking by Brian Colin. I mean, he goes to every show, but he's always interesting to talk to no matter what. He's just such an interesting guy. His history can be seen in so many arcade games, and he's still making games today. I mean, he's still making games, and he will talk to anybody. He is a very cool dude in the hobby. So, in the industry, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of cool people, man, that work in and around the gaming industry when it comes to arcade and pinball.
No, Stringer, I'm not switching to 1-ups, dude.
That's what he told me off. That's what he literally told me right off the camera.
There is not one 1-up in this barncade. And Scott Seamuller has 1-ups. He's got a lot of 1-ups. So, but he has everything, Ralph, so he's okay.
Scott literally has everything.
Nothing. No knocking. I'm not knocking the 1-ups, but you won't see a 1-up in here.
Can we we should have an episode where Scott locks us in his basement for 8 hours and we have to document what we do in there and what we can get ourselves into in 8 hours in his basement.
You know what? I think that's a great idea.
Wait, is the console room in the basement?
It's all, you'd love it down there. Yeah, all his
But is
games
the consoles in there too?
No, he's got a console room upstairs. Cheryl would probably like us making a visit. Scott, did you hear that? Cheryl.
Maybe he can go on a date with his wife, and then we'll just play all his games.
We'll just show up. Yeah. Well, now we will stay there. He's got a great collection. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. He's got Mad Planets, and I'm trying to think of some rare.
And you don't see Mad Planets very often, so that's pretty cool.
One. It's not the fake one. Not that there's a fake one, but
is the fake one what with Dexter or what does it run?
Well,
Because that's a
I would call
Laserdisc
it
game,
fake.
isn't it?
It's not a fake. No. Mad Planets it's the Milestar. I didn't mean the
Oh,
fake
that's
one.
right. Okay,
It's-
you mean like the FPGA
Yeah,
for
you can
it.
FPGA that one, and it's the
Why did
original
I think-
cabinet. A lot of people will take a Cubert and paint it and retrofit
Yeah.
that one into a Mad
What
Planets.
game am I thinking? What game am I thinking about that's not Mad Planets, but it's a Laserdisc game and it has a flight stick? What game is that?
Mach
It's
3?
like an early Mach 3.
3.
I was confusing it
Yep.
with Mach 3. Because Mach 3 has a flight stick, right?
Yep.
It has almost like a Tron looking stick, like
It
on
does.
Satan's Hollow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Ralph,
Man.
do you want to call this a stream and
Yeah,
head
man,
off
this was good.
into-
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a great stream, everybody.
Thank you for having me, Jeff. I'm glad we didn't give up on it. You know
Yeah.
what? Technical issues happen. I've had them happen. You've had them happen. It happens to everybody. No
Streaming
big deal.
is
We
for
recovered
real.
from it.
Todd even happens to, it
Yeah.
happens to Todd too. I know it. Like every time
Well,
I
and
tune
Jeff,
into Todd.
let's be honest here, Jeff. You have a lot of stuff. It's not like we just went live and talked. You had gameplay and direct capture, and there's a lot going
I
on.
got
So there's a
one,
lot that can
two,
go wrong.
3, 4 cameras. I have
Yeah.
a network feed of Ralph. I have 2 mixers. So
Did
yeah.
you? Where else did you simulcast this to? Where else is it? Or not simulcast, but where is this? Where else is it going?
It's going to the Pinball Expo Facebook page. It's going to my Arcade Hollywood page, and it's going to my Arcade Hollywood YouTube page. And in the future, I can add some more channels to do. I'm using Restream, which is a